That's right. Put your hands together. Best Country 106. It's Jay and Laney J live. Good morning, Laney J.
Good morning. Good morning.
And a very happy Monday, March the 2nd.
We're here.
First,
it came too fast.
I know. We got to get into how our weekend was coming up very shortly. But we have a very special guest in studio every first Monday of the month. We have Chief Morrison in studio. Good morning, Chief.
Good morning.
How you doing this morning?
I'm good.
Excellent. Did you have a good weekend?
I did.
Yeah. Not too shabby.
Not too bad. No.
Now, I realize this wasn't in my preparations, but did you go to the, apparently after hearing our chats a little bit this morning, you went to the chamber banquet Friday night.
I did. I was there.
How was, and that was your first one?
It was.
And how was it?
It was really good. Laney J was there. She was the MC. She did an excellent job.
Awesome.
It was pretty full. There wasn't a lot of empty chairs. I was pretty impressed. And, we had a decent meal, and I think everybody had a good time.
I think so too. It seemed like everybody did.
Yeah.
I will tell you one funny thing.
Okay.
I was a little nervous, and I'm like, why am I nervous? But I'm talking to a microphone or you.
I was gonna say you entertain thousands every morning, and yet hundreds made you nervous.
Yeah, I was nervous. So I was like, okay, I'm just gonna take my keys, right? And when I walked in, I felt something in my pocket. I had my hairbrush in my pocket.
What?
My sister-in-law, she was, sitting with her team there at the table, and she was on the end. She's like, "You good?" I said, "I'm good, but why do I have this hairbrush in my pocket?" She was like, "Oh, you give that to me." I was like, "No, you're not putting it on the table, and then it looks even worse." Yeah, I had a hairbrush in my pocket the entire time. I don't know. I guess I don't
practicing in the car.
Maybe I was.
Yeah. Looking in the mirror because
lucky
you're not
hairbrush.
used to people watching you. So.
Exactly. Yeah.
I don't know, but I did. I had that hairbrush in my pocket the entire night. It was weird.
I love it.
Alfredo was taking pictures, so shout out to Fredo. I know he took some good ones.
Now, he's a member of the junior chamber.
Yes, and they were serving.
Yes. Yeah. So he mentioned that he may take some photos for the radio station for us to post.
Yeah, he took a ton of photos.
Nice.
Awesome. I can't wait to see him. I know they're good.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
They did an excellent job serving. I can tell you right now, some of these restaurants, you might want to get with them because they never let a cup get half empty before they come over there and said, "Hey, you need anything?"
I like that.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
They did. The food was really good too.
I like that.
So,
All right. Who was the catered event? Who did the
Texas Roadhouse?
Oh, okay. All
and
right.
the kids. It was the junior chamber, and it's another group of kids. I don't remember what it was. They're the ones who served, and Chief's right. They did an excellent job. They were good, very good.
I love that.
Yeah.
I love that. All right. Well, it is March. We've got a new set of questions for the Chief this morning. Let's start off with the most recent Coffee with a Cop. It's been a great way for the public to get to know you and some of your department. What are you hearing most from the community at these events?
For the most part, we're blessed. It's really going to get to know you more than a complaint thing, which is really good. The few complaints I've heard around town are the same thing everybody's going to say, is that we've got too many speeding vehicles that go through town. We got people that don't yield, or get over, or they're trying to cut through something, and everybody blames it on all the plates from Texas. But I'm just going to tell you, I see people from Oklahoma do it too.
I was going to say, yeah.
It's a common thing, and we all get in that little rush and do certain things. And so other than that, there really hasn't been any. Like I said, it's really just to get to know us, and it's been really good so far.
Good. Do you have the next one lined up already, or is that information about to be released?
It's about to be released. If you guys were paying attention last week, I put some stuff out Thursday and Friday, just trying to see if there were anybody out there that wanted to host. If we don't get anybody, then I do have some lined up that have done it before. We'll just start back through, but just trying to advertise what we're doing so people understand that there's really no agenda. It really is us just connecting with the community, and the community getting a chance to connect with us, but also highlighting the businesses and giving people an opportunity to see who they are.
You mean you're not running every name of the person that runs through there to see if they got warrants?
Not unless I get a really good tip.
I got you. Okay.
If Laney J was to come, we might. We we do know she has some issues.
Yes. Well, that one seatbelt ticket you forgot to pay, Laney J. I think there's maybe a warrant out.
It's paid. I promise. Now I feel bad. I feel like the Chief's disappointed in me.
I know, right?
Yeah.
Although I did see the comment on the Facebook post. He's like, "We got stuff to talk about." Laney J. I love that. But you've learned your lesson. You wear your seatbelt now.
I wear my seatbelt.
Okay, good.
She does act that way, at least. At least with me in the room, she said that, right?
Right.
I'm telling you, I do.
Yeah, don't admit to anything.
Not. I think he would give me a good talking to.
Probably.
You feel worse. All you gotta do is talk.
Yeah, absolutely. I love it. Well, as we move into spring, of course, feels like spring. My sinuses feel like spring right now. So, are there anything that people could be doing, like proactively, to protect their homes, their vehicles, or their neighborhoods even?
Well, with spring brings the good weather, and so there are going to be more people that are going to be out and about. So, again, be very vigilant of your surroundings. Make sure you're locking your stuff up because, again, you are going to have it's crazy, but, the better the weather, the more opportunities your criminals are looking for out there because they don't like the cold, nasty, rainy weather either. They like it when it's good weather. So be vigilant. We have longer days, so make sure you're doing things in pairs because you may forget that it's, we've got a longer day, but the time changed. It's going to get dark, those kind of things. So just be aware of what's going on around you.
I remember I was 16, 17, 18 in that, late 90s category there. And I can remember hearing on the news one time, it had been raining for like 48 hours, heavy raining for like 48 hours straight. And the news reported for the first time, and I don't know if it was a long time or if it was ever, there was 0 reports of crime that happened in a 24-hour period in Oklahoma City. And it was due to that heavy rain. And I thought that was interesting. It stuck with me, I guess. Yeah. Like you mentioning that the bad weather keeps them in too.
Yeah, if you notice, when you have bad weather, they'll stay inside. It's when it stops and there's an aftermath is when they usually come out.
Gotcha. They're like, I got to catch up.
That's right.
My quota of breaking into cars is low.
Oh my goodness. Criminals be wild with the way they think.
Yeah, and you mentioned this before, but like you said, just locking your vehicle could absolutely deter some criminals.
And we get busy again when the weather's nice. We'll get busier. We're running. We're doing things, and we get in a hurry. Just slow down and be aware. Lock your stuff. Don't leave things out in the open because again, every criminal out there or potential criminal is looking for an opportunity, and if we don't give them any, they got to go somewhere else.
Right.
That's right.
I like that. Well, what's a recent success or positive moment that's made you super proud of your department that people may not know about?
We had a really good turnout way back in October for our first ever National Night Out. It's kind of just been, that was kind of the catalyst for us to get to know everybody and let everybody know that we were going to be doing the community policing thing, and we try to show up and do those events. And so that was kind of the first thing that started the connection. And then our best connection thing is the one we had at the senior center when we did the coffee and cocoa with them. Our officers enjoyed it. They enjoyed it. And so it's really just the connections that we've been making that are ongoing. And I'm proud of the effort that the officers have put in because it's kind of a different culture and mindset to do that. We don't just get caught up in the day-to-day. They're starting to understand that really our job is to not just protect, but also to serve. And sometimes we miss the serve.
I like that.
Yeah, I do too.
Absolutely. Well, go ahead.
No, I was just going to say we appreciate what you guys do. I think it's a good thing. I think it's helped the community to do those I don't know. I think it just helps the people know that you're not all bad.
Right.
Absolutely.
Because people think, oh, cops are bad. No, they're not.
I know what you mean. There are people that think that way. But in the grand scheme, I don't really know a whole lot of people personally that just think all cops are bad. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
I think there are those people out there, they're outliers or whatever. I think most decent, normal people think, cops are people too.
That's right.
Officers of the law are people too. Yeah, they may, be a little more gruff than you thought they should be in a moment or something, but you never know what's going on with them. But I think most people just think, cops are people.
Yeah.
So there's going to be good, there's going to be bad, there's going to be ugly.
And that's how it is.
Although I'm not calling any officers ugly.
No, of course not.
Well, if someone does want to get more involved with their community, my first question is: there still the whole neighborhood watch thing? Is that a thing still?
Somebody brought that up. I think it was at the last Coffee with a Cop. Somebody asked that question. And to be honest with you, I don't know that there's a lot of folks out there that still do that. I'm not saying that they shouldn't or that we won't. One of the things, though, is that, when you're looking at those neighborhood watch things, is that, Broken Bow's designed a little differently. So you don't have the traditional neighborhoods. So you kind of have to be a little more intentional when you want to do that for your area. But we're open to talk about any of that. If people want to do it, we're open to helping them set any of that kind of stuff up. If it makes them feel better and helps them protect their neighborhood, we're in.
Nice. Now, I like how you put that in traditional neighborhoods. Growing up, I lived in a neighborhood that was one way in, one way out. And there was big signs as soon as you come in, neighborhood watch, So I was just curious if that's still a thing. And that makes sense. If there's only 10 houses and 3 entrances, then it may be a little more difficult to neighborhood watch. But I guess at the end of the day, it could just be the neighborhood keeps a watch on things versus, one person with a neighborhood watch badge that, polices every parked car that's, 3 feet off the curb.
Yeah, we definitely don't want them to go overboard.
Right.
But if there's somebody within a neighborhood that kind of keeps an eye out, that keeps us informed, we're really okay with that. We would discourage the other that we see when you watch TV and you see the neighborhood watch guys that like, man, they take it serious, like they're going to shut down everything. We'd like to be somewhere in between those two.
Okay.
One of your dispatchers that recently retired lives. I think she's still there. I don't think she's moved yet, but in the same neighborhood as us. I mean, she's been our neighbor for years. But I was talking to her one night. She's like, there was a car sitting at the end of your driveway last night. And I went ahead and called the sheriff. And I was like, thank you. So I know out there in the country, we watch each other.
Yeah.
If something's odd, we all have each other's phone numbers. We call each other.
I don't remember the exact campaign, but there was something like that. I was talking, if you see something that just doesn't seem right, doesn't sit well with you, maybe it's different than normal or whatever, similar to that. A car that's not one of yours parked out in front of your, drive
sit there for too long.
Yeah. Is that a good idea?
I would rather you call us and let us know than you think that and don't say anything, and then we find out they were out there for some nefarious act or doing something they shouldn't be doing. So absolutely give us a shout.
Besides a coffee with a cop, what's the next best way? Because I assume that would probably be the best way to really connect with you and your officers. What's the next best way to really connect with the department?
Watch us on Facebook. We try to put a lot of information out on Facebook, just like me putting out there that, hey, we're inviting folks that if you want us to come in there, you want us to showcase your business and partner with us, we're looking for that. I'm looking for folks that have their own events if they want us to come and be part of that. We've talked to a couple of the scout groups, Boys and Girl Scouts. A couple of the schools got some stuff going on that we're going to be involved with. So any of those, man, that's what we're looking for, to connect. Even if a bunch of us can't be there, we'll try to get at least 1 or 2 people out there so that we can build those bridges. And, the big thing for us is that, for a long time, I think a lot of the kids were scared of the police. We got a bad rap. I'm not saying that there weren't folks out there that made us have a bad rap, but the reality of that is that, we want the kids to have an opportunity. They want to meet us. We want to respect each other, and we can do that by connecting. And so, Facebook, you can get me. I watch it all the time. But man, contact us, call me. If you see me, stop me. Come to one of our events. Like I said, we're open to connect in any way that we can.
And like you said just a minute ago, you've put that out there. If there's a place, a business here locally that serves coffee, it'd be a great time, not only for promotional purposes, but just to, maybe your employees, maybe you get to know the officers of the law here locally as well. So definitely reach out to Chief. And on a personal note, we'll wrap it up with this. On a personal note, what's the best part of serving as the police chief in Broken Bow that maybe most people don't get to see?
I've been pleasantly surprised of the overall reception throughout the town, from employees that sometimes you feel like they all of them feel like they have to be a certain way, but everybody's been welcoming. Business owners, it's one of those that it's funny, you see that and how it progresses after, being here. This is going on 9 months of how welcoming everybody still is. And so I haven't always gotten that when I've been a chief at some other places. And so the word that my wife and I came up with is it's very refreshing to have that.
Nice.
Because that creates a whole different atmosphere for us. And not just for me, my family, but also the department family. The better we're welcome, the better everybody understands us, the better, we interact with each other, the better we work together. And so that's what we're always after. And so, man, I can't say enough good things about Broken Bow, the people here, folks like you and Laney J, that you guys have been welcoming from the beginning. And everybody's been that way. So it's great.
I think a lot of people may be, afraid of the new or the unknown, if you will.
Yeah.
But, a lot of times you just got to realize they're just people.
That's right.
Just like you and I, doing a job just like you and I.
With a family.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Chief, anything that you want to talk about that you came in this morning we haven't talked about?
No, you guys do a pretty good job of covering it, not putting me too on the hot seat too much. So.
We don't want to do that yet.
Yeah.
We're going to get at least a year.
Couple more months
here.
and then we're ready. Huh?
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah.
That's right.
We'll give you 1 full year before we really give it to you.
Yeah, that's right.
Well, I will say this morning when Laney got here, about 5 minutes till, because Chief's usually here like 15 minutes, just, probably catching up on something in his truck, waiting around or whatever. But we were like, man, did Chief forget about us? Because he was a couple minutes before 7 o'clock.
And Jay was like, no, he's always here. I'm like, he's got to be busy. He's busy.
I said, maybe he got a call.
That's right.
And that may be a possibility, I guess. Could you possibly get a call that's like emergent before?
It could, yeah. Okay. There's things I have to deal with. Which I was dealing with some issues at the PD before I got here. That, sometimes first thing in the morning you got to address them.
Yeah.
So yeah, it happens sometimes.
Well, just know that we'll send the crew out for you.
Yeah.
If you don't show up.
Yeah. We'll go looking.
That's
we'll go
right.
looking. I love it, Chief. It is always a pleasure. We appreciate you and look forward to next month.
Absolutely. Thank you guys for having me on.